Sam, and I'm aiming to promote a newly developed toy. It's going to range from the ages 6 months to 4 years old, because it's very versatile for the young children. This is the toy. For young children, it's going to have flashing lights and music sounds, which is going to be attractive. And then as the child becomes 1 2 years old, it's got animal noises and the music and the lights that you can follow, so that the children, say 2 years old, are going to be interested in that. Then as they get a bit older, 3 or 4, there's actually a microphone on there that you can speak into, and you can follow the lights to make your own music. And it's got little drums and different sounds of different instruments, so the children can learn from that. Which is the main aim of the toy. Is basically it's good to play with, but it's also educational as well, which is the toy's actual unique selling point, that it can be used for years, and which is obviously attractive to a parent, because they don't have to fork out money every year for a different toy for the same kind of thing. As you can see from the board, I'm aiming to use bright colours. This is my colour swatch. I've actually used crayons because I thought crayons are, to do with children, and obviously the toys are for children, so I thought I'd use crayons to show my colour swatch. I've used big bold colours in the background to show the primer colours which I'm wanting to use on the poster. A white background is also a big factor, because it needs to be a white background to show the foreground, what's on the foreground, because it's not just a poster for adults, it's a poster for children as well. So this is actually going to be marketed in shop windows such as Mothercare, Argos, Woolworths and Superdrug, because these shops are places where mothers regularly shop, parents regularly shop with their young children. So as you're going past the shops, your little child in the buggy, you're going to walk past, there's going to be a picture of this amazing toy, and the children playing with it, and the child in the buggy is going to go, "Mummy, I want one," which then it's very hard for a mother to try and say, "No, you're not having one." So basically it's selling it to the child, which then ultimately sells it to the parent. I've made on my board, I've obviously put a few ABC 1, 2, 3 images on, just to show that it's an educational toy as well. There's pictures of children of different ages. Like I said, it's versatile and you can use it for many years. I've done a bit of Photoshop, font and writing, just to play about and see which one I like. So I've put that on there, made it into kind of a jigsaw, obviously emphasising that it's for children again. And then up here again, some more fonts. And I've done the fonts and the text in my strip line, which is the making of a tiny genius, which again is going to be attractive to a parent. They're going to think, "Oh yeah, wow, I'm going to have a clever child if I buy this toy." So that's my strip line. I've got the Chico brand as well there, because the toy that I've actually chose to work on, or the toy that is going to be promoted, is made by Chico. And that's pretty much about it for that. Any questions?
Yeah. Obviously, considered the marketing. It's kind of a personal question. How, as a parent, do you feel about making preschool children consumers?
It's not really making preschool children consumers. It's putting it out there, and so it's making the parent, giving the parent more a helping hand into what the child would like, and obviously the parent then can actually look into this toy and realise, because obviously it's attractive to a child's eye, and then a parent looks into what it actually is, and it shows that it's educational. So it works really well both ways. Okay,
so the nature of any advertising is what it is to grab any kind of children's advertisement. It's not linked to what you call the parents. It's linked to the kids looking at it and seeing these bright colours and sort of thinking, "I want one of those." Yeah, that's how children's advertisements do. And that's why they don't like it on kind of chocolate advertisements and everything like that, because it works in exactly the same way. Bright colours, really strong images or whatever, which children pick up on straight away. So they think, like peer pressure, they want one of those, yeah.
I'm also planning for the shop windows. It's going to be an A2 size poster that I'm going to be making, but also I'm going to do an A5 flyer, which will be distributed alongside loads of newspapers and magazines, which will have a lot more text information on it for the parents, because obviously children don't read newspapers. So it's going to have a lot more of the text information on, letting you know exactly what the toy's about. And then obviously it's two totally different ways of actually selling the products.
Have you designed the toy? Is it a fictional toy?
No, it's actually one of my son's toys, which I've based the whole thing on.
How much money do you want? I'll make it enough. The queen.
Okay, I think so, most of it. I think for yourself, like you say, it's looking at key primary colours, something that is really going to grab out, capture kids' imagination. And a kid's not interested in pastels, anything like that. They're interested in something which can grab them straight away and has a really high impact value. Yeah, that's where the kind of white background will kind of work quite well. Yeah. Okay. How are you going to get the pictures of the kids? Then you're going to look.
I'm actually going to. I'm planning on using my own family, because I do have a lot of children around me in my family. I'm going to try and put like a white sheet behind them, just to give it a plain background, and just I'm actually going to take the toy with me, hopefully, let the children play with the toy, take a picture, and then cut it out using mask or the lasso tool, and hopefully I'll be able to put them on well onto a white background and make it work.
Yeah, great. Yes, it's thinking of using kind of different techniques or whatever, in terms of like taking that as an image, but also adding everything else in what you've learned to kind of build it up. Yeah. Anybody else?
Does it affect all your kids then? Because he says he does all that stuff and then it's on your kids, so they made your kids any smarter or like that.
To be fair, it's the reason I chose to use it, because he's had it since he was 1, and he still plays with it now. Only now he can actually, he sings into the microphone and he follows the lights, and he knows all the animal sounds, and it does actually work. Yeah.
Okay, so your unique selling point then is, like you said, is the fact that this toy grows with a kid, or whatever is what they grow up. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to re-emphasise that point in a sense. So is the target audience the parents or the children?
Both. Target audiences both, because like I said, both different, the flyer and the poster. The poster, I suppose, is mainly based upon the children, because it's big, it's there, and it's like, wow, when we look at that. Yeah. And then obviously the flyer just gives the parents more information. So but also you do have information on the poster as well.
Yeah.
So you have answered my question, and you've really contributed to the fact that my personal view as a parent is, well, look at Christmas. They know how to advertise and market, and when to advertise and market, and it is blatantly to make children consumers, to weigh upon. No one likes to say no to the kid. So I think you've considered the market really well by giving educational points to the parents. So you're not just pushing it into the kid's face, making it look all bright and beautiful. So they go, mummy, 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 and pull on your skirt till they get one.
Thank you. Yeah.
There's a direct link between hand-eye coordination skills and child language acquisition skills. So would you consider using that to push it to the parents as well?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Well, it is educational, yeah.
It is. Well, yeah. Also, that's why the toy, I think, as a whole, in terms of looking at your brief, you've got the piano, things like that, and you've got the sounds, and the kids kind of link onto the fact you press this button, as what you've got as a little toddler, it makes a noise. And as they kind of grow up, the piano then comes into it in terms of, by pressing this key, alright, fair enough, it makes a higher noise, and the one lower down does, and they kind of build up on that as a learning process. Yeah. Sounds as if I've got kids.
Does he like his music? I think you've sold one to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could class it as an interactive toy then? Is that the genre of
it
toy?
Is. It gives it gives feedback in terms of the way it works or whatever. Yeah.
It's just an all-round really good toy, because you can use it. It'll last you 5 years, because you can use it as a for the flashing lights and the music that it plays, And like I said, as they get older, they actually learn they can actually do things with it to make, you know, themselves to actually make